Welcome to my channel. My name is Luna Affinity and I'm an energy reader and channeler. Sit back, get cozy, and get ready for some readings. Hello everyone, how are you doing today? Carla, welcome in. All right, Carla, let's see what we've got for you today. All right, I have space. I need more time to think. Hey, Nyasha, welcome in. We are doing love messages, one card pool for free today. Morning. Let's see what we've got for you. Morning. We have soul tie. I always feel connected to you. Nyasha, that sounds great. Yes, Kim, let's shuffle for you now. All right, conversation. I want to call you and hear your voice. That's for Kim. For Nyasha. Thanks, Nyasha. Yes, please like the live stream. All right, we have reminiscing. I miss our inside jokes. Nyasha, so this could be a message from your person, like wishing for more playfulness in your connection. Or something like that. Carla. Oh, Nyasha, I'm glad that resonates for you. Carla. You've been feisty. One card for Carla, please. One card for Carla. Hi, Hood Mystic. Welcome in. You're welcome, Kim. Carla, hope. I haven't given up on us yet. Gabriella. One card for Gabriella. New chapter. I am trying to move on. Hey, Amy, I added you to the list. Thank you. right. Hood Mystic, I have escape. I left when things got hard. You also got chaser. I don't want to chase anymore. So there could be some kind of chaser runner dynamic here in your connection that this person is trying to ground or balance. You're welcome. All right, Nyla, reciprocity. I want to have equal give and take. You're welcome, Gabriella. You're welcome, Hood Mystic. All right, this is for Helena or Helena. You're welcome, Nyla. Okay, so Helena, for your person, it seems like there's a level of conversation that needs to have where you guys are very vulnerable and open and honest with one another. Your person is saying, I haven't told you everything, and I'm trying to understand you. I'm trying to understand your side. So there could be some element of you and maybe your person holding back and not saying what's on your heart. And maybe the desire of your person to want to communicate and come forward with these honest feelings. You're welcome. So we have 6 minutes left of the free list. Alrighty, let's take a look at the list here. Night Asia, I know you're going to donate at some point. I just wanted to let you know that I haven't received it yet, but I'm sure you're aware of that. I went ahead and added Amy on because she's the first donation that actually came through, but I'm happy to add your name to the list if you plan on donating soon. Life-changing shift. It says, the stress from this is draining me. I feel overwhelmed. You're welcome. Okay, Amy. How's newlywed life? Newlywed life is going really well. It's so funny because it's like the same, but it does feel different, in like the logistics, your name changes and the way you refer to your person is different and all of that. But just like moving in together, our married life transition has been seamless. It's been really nice. It was like a lot of fun celebrating the holidays being married. That was like one thing that was really fun. We didn't have to wait like a whole year before we could do that. So that was really sweet. Having our first Christmas and Thanksgiving and New Year's married and going into the New Year married was pretty sweet. Yeah, lots of fun, but we are still kind of in an adjustment period. I would say that's kind of leveling out. But because he started a new job basically as soon as we got back from the wedding, it's taken a while to adjust to a new day-to-day. But I'm loving it. I'm so happy. Like I tell him all the time how happy I am to be married to him. And, we just try to be very present in our moments together. And yeah, but otherwise it feels pretty similar. There's just like a more emphasis on our relationship, I guess. Thank you, Amy. Oh, you're so sweet. You guys are so sweet. Thank you for asking. Thanks, Rishi. So Rishi, I have disagreements. I wish you understood how I feel. Oh, Amy, you're so nice. Thank you. I actually got some more pictures back the other day, which I haven't posted yet. Unfortunately, our photographer's mom passed away in between our wedding and Christmas. And so we told her to just take as much time as she needed. So the edits are coming in. She's still getting them done, but it's like slowly. So yeah, we haven't gotten them back as quickly as we expected, but at the same time, like we told her to take as much time as she needed. So once we get more of those back, I'll share them. Thanks, guys. If I talk to her again soon, I'll let her know you said so. I'm sure she appreciates all good thoughts and vibes sent her way, even if you don't know her. All right, so free list is closed. We are going to go ahead and get started on our donation list, which we are starting with Amy. Ray, hello, welcome in. So Amy, let us know what you're doing.
I thought of a really funny inner monologue with Gunner in that video. I'll tell you about.
Okay.
I thought about it in the shower. It made me laugh really hard.
I can't wait to hear it. I'm such a shorty. Did you know you were marrying such a short girl?
Mm-hmm.
I'm in this picture. I'm literally taller than Grandma and Nathan. That's it. And Grandma's like questionable. Now he just says, "Hi, Brennan." He said, "Hey, hey, hey, hey." We did get a message from Eli towards me. I want to see if we can see all he's feeling and thinking. Been feeling worried. I'm like 5 on a good day. I'm more like 4'11-ish. All right, so Amy, I'm gonna shuffle for you and work on yours now, per usual. You guys, I'm monitoring the chat, but I'm gonna be stepping away kind of mentally, so you won't really hear me talking much. But if you have a question, I'm here, and I'm gonna go ahead and get started for Amy. Yeah, I'm short too. 5'2", 5'3". Yeah, hella short. I'm literally 5 feet on a good day. I'm looking at my wedding picture, and everyone is just like towering over me. All right, guys, so I'm going to get started on Amy's now. Just bear with me. But if you have any questions in the chat, just let me know. I am here. I am monitoring it. Hey, Nisha, welcome in. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle and get started on Amy's now. Hey, Journey. We were doing love messages for the free reads, so it wasn't like a question, but that list has closed. If you would like to donate $3, I can do a yes/no reading for you. Hey, Journey, no worries on that. Yes, we'll see you next time you're able to come in, okay? Amy, we're about halfway done. He's a bit locked up today. Just letting you know, things aren't flowing as easily as they were the other day we did this. But we're about halfway there, so just bear with me. Yeah, you said that before. Is there any reason that you like, are you given any like physical reasons to why you would be feeling worried, or like is this person giving any indication to concern you? Naisha, that sounds great. Oh, all right. So Amy, this message isn't as long as some of the other messages. I mean, it's still decent length. I would say maybe only like a sentence or two shorter than usual, but it was like really difficult pulling information. I just don't feel like this person was very tapped in or allowing me to get much information. Usually, the stream of consciousness just comes through, and as you can see, I needed a lot of cards for this reading, and I typically don't need that many cards. Like I've done readings for you where I pulled like 2 cards, and all the information just started coming through. So it's just I got it. It's just not. It wasn't as easy, I guess you could say. But I feel such a chemistry and desire for you. The connection we share is very strong. I do hold back sometimes, but I'm so much better than before. I used to mess up the good things in my life, but I truly try to learn from the past and do better now. You are so striking and unique. Your whole aesthetic and vibe is different than any person I have known or met before. I can tell that you are your own person. I really do enjoy being around you and our conversations. I worry that something can come between us, which I don't want to happen. I know it has felt like I'm absent, but I have plans to get together again soon and have some fun. I am open to letting my feelings for you grow. I want this connection to stay pure. Don't give up on me. Let me try to do better. Tell me if you expect more from me. I need to know if I'm giving you enough and go from there. Please tell me what you want from this. I don't know what the future holds, but my intentions are that I really like you and want to hold space for this bond that we have made. Ultimately, what I want from this connection is to put more effort in and not let myself get in my own way. So Amy, it sounds like check in with him. Like check in. He's like, I want you to tell me, like, I want you to check in with me. So maybe just tell him. Hey Shayna, thank you. You'll be after Nyasha, okay? Well, Amy, do you feel like he's acting differently than usual? Because if you feel like he is, then maybe just send him a message indicating that you've noticed a shift in his communication and you're just wondering like if everything is okay. If he's texting the same amount that he always has, then like either maybe not worry about it and just like have faith, or if you expect more from him, expect more effort. Like now that we have gotten closer, you know, I would love for more conversation, or I would love to see you more, or something like that. I know, but you also don't want to come across like aggressive. Like I know you kind of want to joke, but we tend to hide our true feelings behind jokes. And sometimes jokes can come across offensive. So you don't want to like cause any kind of like weird, awkward tension between the two of you. I'm always a fan of being really direct. That's just me personally. But you also have to do what feels right to you. I just think that, you know, if for whatever reason he's not communicating as much as before, it's not wrong to call out the fact that there's been a shift in the conversation or communication, and you're just trying to figure out like if everything is okay. Hey, Angel Wings. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've had experience with both, but I found that the people that are very interested in you will maintain the conversation in a good tempo, you know? They're not gonna like just not text you. So I think that it is possible. Some people just aren't really great at texting. Maybe they're better at like in-person communication. And if that's the case, then maybe spend more time with him in person would be your best bet to feel secure in the connection. Yeah, I think sometimes you just have to be direct with the person, even if it's uncomfortable. So I think, Amy, if you're wanting to further the connection or you're wanting to get closer to this person, you just have to see how he operates. Maybe he's not a good texter. Maybe that's just not his skill. Communication is not his skill, but maybe he's really good at in-person like exchanges over text. Maybe he prefer phone calls over text. Maybe, you know, so like you just see what works for him as far as that goes. Kind of like a love language, right? Like you've got to love someone the way that they want to be loved, and vice versa. So you may be looking to form a connection with him over text and he's just not a texter, but maybe he would prefer phone calls, or maybe he would prefer in person. So just like talk to him and find out like when he, you know, spends time with someone, what's his main preference? Does he prefer texting? Does he prefer calling? Does he prefer in person? And then maybe it'll make you feel better about the connection, knowing like what his preference is. Maybe you can kind of accommodate to that and feel a little more secure. Nyasia, we're about to get started on yours. I know that you stepped out, but I just want to check and see if you're in here right now. You're welcome, Amy. You're welcome, Amy. Oh, I'm gonna chuck my phone. This is literally the most annoying thing of my life. Oh my god. So, Naisha, this person is really good at inspiring, providing motivation. I feel like there could be like a lot of commonalities between you guys. I feel like they have good ideas. Um, I feel like you guys are a decent enough like partnership, a decent enough match for one another. And I think this person might help you with your blind spots, like seeing certain things that you may not realize or providing knowledge in an area that you don't know about. So I think with all of those things combined, yes. Now, I am seeing like a queen and a king and a hierophant and the strength card here. And so that does indicate to me that there are other mentors in addition to this person that you're probably going to receive help from or knowledge or insight from. I'm not going to say this person's the end all be all. I think that there are other people out there that will help you, but I think this is a really good person to start with. And this person might also bring in other people. You know, they might say, well, hey, you've gotten what you can out of me. Here's someone else to listen to, or here's someone else to talk to. So this could be also a really good networking person. I see here with you being the Queen of Pentacles that this works out to your benefit in a very tangible way. And the Nine of Pentacles here indicating culmination, indicating that everything you worked hard for, you will be rewarded for this. We also have the Six of Cups, which means that you do feel comfortable with this person. There's a level of familiarity and trust that you can build with this person with the Strength and the Six of Cups. So yeah, it does feel a lot like this is a good, well-rounded person to receive mentorship from. And maybe during times of hardship, 9 of Wands, 10 of Wands, this person will provide like a light at the end of the tunnel or some type of inspiration for you. All right. So second question. I'm putting my phone on Do Not Disturb. I can't with this. This is so ridiculous. Literally. Look it. Look. All of those red. Every single one of them. Oh, look at how many there are right there. That's all since Monday. That was like the worst decision of my life, I'm pretty sure. I'm just gonna put on D&D for now. Dungeons and Dragons. No, D&D. Not D and D. No, what song just got stuck in my head? Would rent to own property be better than going through my landlord for my business? All right, so Naija, the first thing that I'm getting, Mila, I am doing donations right now. I'm working through my donation list. Our free reads have closed. So Naija, the one thing that's coming through pretty strongly is that this would give you the opportunity to have more say and more control over your business. So if I'm understanding correctly, if you went through the landlord, you would have more hoops to jump through. You might have to do more checking in with this person, getting like approvals with this person, or kind of had to compromise or come to agreements or something along those lines. Even if this person is, like, for example, a silent partner, they still have rights. And so with the rent to own, it would give you more control. Not right away, obviously, but it would ultimately give you more control. You also would probably get more options because you would have more places to choose from. You'd be like given basically more options. They are saying that this could prolong your goals. This could mean more waiting time, or things taking a little bit longer than you originally anticipated. But it does feel like it's giving you more maybe liberation. Whereas on one hand, the devil is that you feel like stuck with one person in particular. What if they don't agree with you? What if they want to pull out, and then you're scrambling at the last minute trying to figure out what to do? When you're dealing with someone else, it's like no matter how many insurances you have in place, it could be a tricky situation. Whereas here, you could just be happy and on your own and building your own foundation that might be better for you. The thing is with the landlord, I feel like your goals and dreams will happen quicker. I feel like because you kind of already have that startup going for you, whereas the rent to own property, you would be able to get started probably right away, but it just feels like it would take a lot longer to cultivate, or a lot of your what am I trying to say? Something about it just feels like it takes longer. Like maybe there's more. I don't know if this has to do with like financially. Maybe you're backed better financially with the landlord or something, but it just feels like where you have more control and you have more say overall, it just takes longer to get there. And I don't really know how else to word that because I'm not familiar with this industry. So basically, Spirit is saying like this is a good call. This is definitely a good option for you. There's a lot of pros, and most likely they outweigh the cons. I don't know. I'm hearing financial backing. Maybe more has to come out of your pocket this way financially, and so that's why things take a little bit longer to grow legs. But ultimately, though, I do feel like it pays off. Because in the end, it's like your thing. It's not like you have to worry about too many other people influencing, trying to get involved, trying to express their opinions. And also, you don't have to worry about appeasing anyone else but yourself. So hopefully this is making sense. I think that is all I've got for you. So we're going to go ahead and move on. Next up, we have Shayna J. Shayna J, if you're in here, just check in with me real quick and let me know what we're doing for you. Can I get a general of what's coming toward me by the end of March? Absolutely. He's extra smushy right now. Everything. So Shayna, one of the main indicators here of getting a lot of advice is just to pay attention to your gut. No frivolous spending. Also, try to stick with a routine and show up in your life consistently at this time. Because I think that in the end, it will serve you much better. I have the Five of Cups, which indicates like loss. So when we're talking about loss as a Knight of Pentacles or loss as a High Priestess, it means that we're doing something either against our own intuition or against our own routine. So I feel like this message is just like, be consistent. Don't stray, don't do anything impulsive or anything, like no impulsive spending, no impulsive plans or decisions. Try to show up for your life over the next 2 to 3 months very consistently. And if your gut is telling you something, just don't ignore it, because this at this time could indicate more havoc on your life than peace. It also can indicate too here just not betraying your psychic side or your like inner beliefs or your inner compass. So spontaneity is not your friend over the next couple of months. Try to be consistent, show up for yourself, and pay more attention to yourself intuitively. This could be like intuitive eating. If you feel like you shouldn't do something, or you feel like you shouldn't eat something, or maybe you feel like your body's saying I shouldn't eat this or drink this at this time, just follow your gut. I always believe intuitive eating is a great thing. If you're full, stop. If you feel like you're craving fruit, you need more fruit, don't ignore that. Like, just basically use your intuition as a guide over the next couple of months. And I do feel like it's going to pay off significantly for you. It could also be a message here is to try to build a little bit more of a savings or a cushion if you're able to do that. If there's any like side hustles or anything like that, they're talking about like money coming in for you. So, but I think it's in the way of you generating that money. It's not like a windfall of abundance that comes in like randomly, like a check or something. I think it's you creating money, and spirit saying that you could create like a little nest egg for yourself if you really apply yourself over the next couple of months. Hey James, thank you for checking in. You will actually be next. There's no one in line behind you, so ready when you are. Let's see here. So again, we have another message of do not abandon routine. Slow and steady wins the race. No spontaneity here. There's also an indication that spring is going to be slower for you. I don't know if that means like financially or like socially. Maybe you're not, maybe spending more time at home. Maybe you're not working as much. But they're saying like April, May, June is like a slower time for you. So maybe it's good that you have a little bit of your finances saved up and held off to the side just in case it's something that you need. It feels like there's a transitional period that happens between March and April for you. Okay, so they're talking about you coming into more alignment around the end of March and into April. So for me, and I'm just going to speak to my experience when it comes to getting into alignment, is that you have more synchronicities in your life. You have more deja vu, you have more like signs. So just know that around March or towards the end of March into April, you could be feeling like just intuitive messages of like, this is where I'm supposed to be. And you might even be getting signs that mean something to you to kind of confirm that or indicate that. And maybe it starts to feel like your reality, and maybe like something feels like it's merging together. I don't really know how to explain that. It happens to me, but I just get this sudden feeling of like things start to overlap, and I feel like I've finally shifted into more alignment. So maybe you'll understand what I'm saying at that point. But yeah, that's what I've got for you, Shayna. Thank you for your donation. Mila donated. Mila, I got your donation. Thank you very much. Let me add you to our list, okay? All right, so Shayna says, no, I completely get what you're saying about the alignment symptom. Thank you. You're welcome. I'm glad you're familiar with it. It is really hard to explain unless you have experienced it or you're aware of it, you know? But that's perfect, and you're welcome. So we are working on James now. James is getting a mini love spread and a mini reading. And then we have Mila after that. All right, this is for James, love option 2. All right, James. So, impressions, what is she showing and giving to this connection? I think she's fired up. I think she is definitely feeling attraction to you. She could even be feeling like lustful feelings. There is chemistry here, and there is a desire. I feel like she's feeling inspired when she's around you, knowing you. Um, Sometimes when you meet someone and you just connect and that bond is building, you just feel more zest for life, more excitement. And I definitely feel like she's getting that from this connection. Her thoughts with the Queen of Wands is that she's feeling a level of intensity, confidence. She could be feeling like she's like had a glow up. Maybe your influence on her makes her feel really good about herself, and so generally she is feeling like really desired and wanted and attractive. Queen of Wands is usually the energy of someone who has got that it factor, turns heads when they walk into the room, they command attention. So she may be really liking the attention that you give her as well. Her feelings here, we have the Nine of Wands, so she could be presenting to you in a guarded fashion. So despite the way that you're making her feel, she could still be coming through as like still with a wall up, still feeling like, you haven't fully gotten like to the heart of her, who she is. And she's still got that like defense mechanism, I guess you could say. So that is still there. Intentions, we have the Ace of Swords. So I like the aces here. This indicates like a continuing from the spark, wanting to continue on what you guys have been doing. And Ace of Swords would indicate continuing communication. So I feel like she's still here. She's still wanting to give to this, and maybe still wanting to fight for this. Ace of Swords lots of times talk about like victory or clarity. And so maybe she's just trying to gain clarity over this connection, maybe try to dig a little bit deeper into what this connection means to her. And she's not really wanting to give up at this time. And that kind of puts me into the overall influences or blocks, because I don't really feel like there are any. I do feel like she could still have that defense up, but here is again another indication that she's willing to still see this through. She still has some fight in her, some desire to kind of fight for this and show up for this. And then we also have the overall energy as the King of Cups. This is talking about mutual feelings, mutual desire to provide, to give, to be generous, to be open as much as possible with her feelings. And then King of Cups also is like I feel like she's looking at you as more of the King of Cups than her. But again, this is an overall energy, but she could feel just very safe with you. So maybe that will help kind of crack her open a little bit more. The King of Cups is like, if she's looking at you this way, she feels like you have emotional intelligence. She feels like you are someone that if she felt safe enough, she would open up to you and feel understood, feel acknowledged, feel validated. You call her the Queen of Cups. So. So there's like a bit of a nervous energy. It's not a bad thing, but it's like the energy of like when you feel like something's gonna happen. You can get like a little bit nervous. Page of Swords is like a restless energy, so it's like a nervous excitement. Um, maybe there's some thoughts between you both about how things will play out, or what's going to happen or what's going to go down between you guys. You might already have some like intuitive feelings. Sometimes when you're going into like a date or hanging out with someone, you know, depending on how long you've been talking to them or how long you've been dating them, you might have some like thoughts or like intuitive impulses or feelings of things that might happen or might go down. You're not sure, you're not positive, but that nervous excitement is still there. That restlessness, that curiosity is still there, and I feel that energy a lot in this reading. The King of Wands here indicates like maybe wanting to take the lead. King of Wands is also talks about like intensity, chemistry. It's the counterpart of the Queen of Wands. So feeling that attraction, wanting to make a move. Maybe she wants you to make a move because it is the king here. Or, you know, possibly she might be channeling her masculine energy and she might want to take control. But there's like this feeling or this energy here over the reading that's like taking the lead or wanting to take the lead. I have the Wheel of Fortune here. So very basically, this could mean feeling like you're going to get lucky. So there could be a thought process of somehow like making your connection tonight be more physical, or whenever it is you see her next, like it's now like a more physical energy, exploring each other even more in that way. But again, not being sure, feeling nervous about it, feeling like if it doesn't happen, it's okay. But maybe there's like that thought of, okay, that might be on the table. So yeah, I just feel more like a nervous excitement, an attraction, just like a what is going to happen, what's on the table, just a lot of curious energy and curious thoughts. But if I were to guess, I would say that it's kind of in both of your minds to explore each other physically, maybe more than you already have to some degree. All right, so Mila is next. Mila, if you're here, if you can check in with me, please. Hey KV, welcome in and thank you for subscribing. Our free list actually is closed for the night, but I go live multiple times a week and I always do free readings for anyone, whether you've been here before or if you're new. So the only thing I ask is that you get here at the beginning of the live stream in order to redeem that. So make sure you stay subscribed and turn on your channel notifications. And whenever I go live, as long as you get here within the first 15 minutes, you'll always get free readings from me, okay? All right, Mila, let's look into your questions. We'll just make this one are you doing a BOGO or what are we doing for you? Oh, I assume it's a BOGO. I just saw the second part of your question. So you said, first question I would like to know regarding my situation with the Taurus. So like an energy check-in, and then you want to know if he would try to have a relationship again anytime soon. Is that correct? Those are your two questions. Okay, I got you. So I'm getting right now, Mila, that he feels like you guys are better off as friends or acquaintances. His energy seems pretty closed off. We have the Four of Swords and the Nine of Swords here. And then I also have the Three of Pentacles paired with the Ten of Cups. So it's saying like what he thinks would be best or best for you both in order for you both to feel in alignment or in harmony together. Maybe he feels like being friends is like the best case scenario, or maybe he feels like you'll be better off as friends. We also have the Knight of Swords and the Seven of Cups. I feel like this kind of indicates that he tends to follow his impulses and maybe not think through things as much as he should. Or he could be an overthinker. That's also another thing here. Seven of Cups would indicate that maybe he feels like you are an option, but not like the only choice or not the only path forward. I do feel like he's thinking more self-centered with the Magician here. He's thinking more like what works for him. If I saw like a King of Cups or a Ace of Cups or something like that, I would think to myself that maybe he thinks about himself and your needs or what would be good for you. But the Magician is here by itself, and so it feels more like he thinks the ball is in his court. He feels more of the power. If there was to be like a power struggle here in the connection, he feels like this is up to him and he's thinking more self-centered and doing what's best for him. The Ace of Wands paired with the Death to me feels like he's either squashing any attraction that he has for you, or he's trying to move away from that. The Death card talks about transitions, moving forward, moving on, and death, or literally death of his passion, death of his desire for you. So he could be just trying to move on from that. The Chariot also speaks to moving forward, not looking back, not looking left or right, just staying very focused on what's in front of him. So with all this energy together, it feels like that's kind of where his head is at. But I can look into maybe like if there's a possibility of that changing. And would he be willing to have a relationship with you again? And if so, like what would be the stipulation? What would be the contingencies in that situation? So let me see here. Oh, wow. He actually told you he wanted to start off as friends. Yeah, that's where he feels is best. The 10 of Cups and the 3 of Pentacles literally means that. He said we were moving way too fast and he wanted to start off as friends. Okay, that makes sense because the Magician was there and he said he felt like he had the reins on where this goes. So maybe the death in the Ace of Wands is like trying to slowly like kill that lust or initial attraction for you, or maybe trying to like slow it down or do things in moderation is also probably an interpretation of that. Yeah, I feel like any guy who tells you that he just wants to be friends with you, there's something to question there, in my personal opinion. It makes me feel like he wants to keep you in that category. Like, imagine if you told that to someone. You're not going to ever tell that to someone who you have an attraction for and want to continue to get to know. Saying that you want to start off as friends means like, I like you, I'm attracted to you, maybe. But I don't want anything serious and I want to keep you as an option. I don't want to commit to you because if something quote unquote better comes along, I want to be able to give myself to that. And so it's a little bit, I don't know, it's a little friend zoney, honestly. I don't think anybody who has genuine interest in you would ever do that. Let's see. All right, so these 3 came out together: 7 of Swords, 2 of Cups, and 2 of Pentacles. So he's saying maybe I would have a relationship with her. Maybe I would consider a union with her, but this is a maybe. This is him still trying to juggle that idea. He hasn't fully come to an answer here. On the other side of that 2 of Cups, we have the 7 of Swords, which means he's not been 100% upfront with you. He has not been 100% truthful with you as to his intentions. I feel like honestly he's just saying what he can to appease you in the moment. Again with this, you know what's crazy? Let me show you something. When I reshuffle into the deck, okay? So let's say you had this card, and this card. For example, I go like this. This is how I've done it since day one. So that way those original cards are not together in the deck. That is how I shuffle. That's my practice. And so the fact that I did that and I also shuffled a couple of times and these 2 cards still managed to find their way out together is beyond me. To me, it feels like he's saying like this is where he has to leave it. He has to leave it at a friendship level. Okay, so this is interesting. Remember in the reading that I had before, I said if the King of Cups came out or like the Ace of Cups came out with the Magician, then I would feel that he also has your best intentions in mind, or your best like interest. That's what I meant to say. Your best interest in mind. But the last reading I had was only the Magician. Well, now the King of Cups is here coming out with the Magician. So I would say that he is trying to think of you. It does seem like he is trying to think of you when it comes to this decision. He's trying to make sure that, you know, he's not setting you up or setting himself up in this connection for failure. I think that he realizes that he would be disappointing you. And so that is in the back of his mind. He probably also wonders like what you would want from him, how committed you would want. Maybe you want a relationship, an exclusive relationship, and maybe he feels like that's something that he can't give to you. All right, we have Ace of Wands again. You have a lot of the same repeating cards here. So Ace of Wands and Four of Wands coming out together means that he feels like he feels like the best thing for you guys to do is friends. And his most satisfactory connection with you would probably be a friends with benefit situation. Ace of Cups is lustful. You also had this card before. Maybe he's saying the extent, because the Four of Wands talks about like taking the relationship to the next level, like what is the highest potential of this connection, and he's saying probably a sexual one. But even still, that might not even be there. That's just the highest potential that he's seeing for this connection right now. And even still, that being the highest level, the lowest might just be acquaintances. So I think that if you're looking for something more committed, more exclusive, more dedicated, this probably isn't your person. Again, this is just a future trajectory based off of the energy that you guys are in at the moment. Anything can change. And you could always do another check-in later on to see if that's the case. But as of right now, it seems more like friends or friends with benefits. All right, so we are going to throw on the screen last call for donations. Aksha, thank you for joining us. I have closed my free list, so you'll have to try again next time, okay? All right, guys, so we're doing last call for donations. I'll leave that open for another minute or two for anyone else who wants to donate, and then we will be signing off after that. Hey, Rising, that sounds good. Rising, I just got it. I noticed that the question is not on the donation, so go ahead and post your question. Oh my god. Thank you, Rising. I didn't even. It's so funny you say that. I actually don't pay attention to that too much. I do pay attention to it in the beginning, because when I do free readings, all I ask is that, I lost my train of thought. All I ask is that you like the live stream. Like, if I'm gonna answer a free question for you, just like the live stream. And I'll notice, like, I'll answer like 9 free questions. There's like 2 likes. I'm like, that's not. So I notice it then. But if the likes continue after the free list, I don't realize like how high they go. So, but thank you. Thanks very much. My follower count's been going up pretty steadily, which is nice. Okay, so I just read your question. I'm actually like that's crazy. That is really crazy. Okay, how do you do that though? Like, how do you call from a number and text from that same number and be like, it wasn't me? That's weird. Interesting. So Rising, did he ever respond to that by chance? What you said back at the end, did he respond to that? Okay, got you. It's interesting. I'm wondering. Hey Evelyn, welcome in. Thank you for the sub. I'm actually working on my last reading of the night. I have closed all of my lists. But definitely come back. The way that my channel works is that I offer free yes no readings, sometimes like free 1-card pulls, free love messages, some type of variation of that at the beginning of every live stream. So as long as you get here early, you can get a reading from me, okay? Oh, Naisha, welcome back in. I'm so happy to hear that that resonates for you. You're welcome. So more freedom sounds better. Yeah, I think so too. So rising, I feel like this person is kind of playing some games. I feel like he's trying to suss out your situation. Naija, that's so true. I feel like he's trying to kind of see what's going on with you. He uses this other person as like a defense mechanism. I think for him to say that he tells you he's involved is kind of a way to keep a barrier up between the two of you. Now this could be true. This could be true information, but I also feel like if that's the case, why is he calling? You know what I mean? Like, why is he texting? Why is he calling? So that makes you wonder, like, if someone actually is in a relationship with someone, why are they even texting you in the first place? Why are they even calling you in the first place? That seems suspicious. And it seems to me more like he's trying to suss out the situation. He's trying to figure out what's going on with you, what's going on in your life. And he's saying, oh, like, I'm involved. But then it's like, okay, well, why are you contacting me then? You know what I mean? And it's like he's using that as a way to keep you at a distance. But the actions aren't making sense. The actions aren't lining up, you know what I mean? And that's like another thing. Remember when this person came in and was like asking, like, if you remember the situation. They were coming into different people's live streams asking questions. And my thing is like, if you really didn't care, why are you going out of your way to try to get to the bottom of it? Like he's trying to act like he's uninterested and unbothered, but I really do think that he is, to be completely honest with you. So I feel like there's a lot more here that he's not being honest about. He's trying to play it cool and act unbothered, but he definitely is. And he's inserting himself and involving himself. So you probably will continue to get communication with him. I think he's torn between you and his family life, or his home life, quote unquote. And he's looking for some type of light at the end of the tunnel. He's looking for some type of hope or inspiration to be able to make amends with you. I do feel like with the Hierophant in reverse, he is feeling like you guys are not on the same page. And, it's a little bit questionable, honestly. Like, what are his intentions? Like, why communicate just to say I can't communicate? It just seems kind of fishy, honestly. It seems kind of suspicious, but I think mostly it is just to keep tabs on you. I think honestly he just wants to know like what's going on in your life, and he uses this other person as a defense mechanism. You know how like some people, they only want to get involved with someone if they're in a relationship because they're a little bit scared to fully commit to someone. They're scared for someone to be fully available to them because they have some type of trauma. So there's like some subconscious thing where they would prefer to be with someone who's already in a relationship because therefore they can protect themselves, and they don't even realize that they're doing it. It's kind of like that. It's like he's using this person as a defense mechanism to avoid getting closer to you, even though probably that's what he wants to do. He's trying to like seat himself in the best position possible. He's trying to have the high ground. He's trying to figure out what you're doing. So I would say you could continue to hear from him. I think that's very possible. But just know he's going to constantly have this defense of like, oh, well, I'm involved. Like, we really shouldn't be talking. And he thinks, honestly, probably that he's being a good person by telling you that he's with someone. But then why is he talking to you? You know, I think that that's a way for him to communicate guilt-free. Probably he feels like, oh, well, at least I was honest. At least I said that I was with someone or I was involved with someone. Meanwhile, you know what I'm saying? And I think too is like, I don't know. It's a little sus because if he honestly, like if something happens, he can even be like, he can tell this other person, well, I told them that I had a girlfriend. I told them that I was with you. So it's like he covers his bases. And that is a little bit curious because like, doesn't that seem kind of sneaky, right? It seems a little sneaky because then he can say, oh, well, I told her that I was in a relationship because technically he did, but he's never told her that he's seeking you out and he's texting you and he's communicating with you. So I don't know. It's very interesting, but it seems like your connection is the imaginary one. It seems like your connection is grounding a little bit more. So yeah, maybe more communication, maybe a response. Like you said, he's probably thinking of what to say or how to respond back to you. But let's pull some oracle cards since you donated a little bit extra. Let's get some messages for you to close out this reading. You're welcome. All right, we have, I am still trying to heal. I am struggling to get over the past. So 2 cards here indicating that he's still living in the past. He has a lot of regret here. So there's something here that he wishes didn't happen, or he has some regrets over the past, which is funny because I was talking about how he's looking for some light at the end of the tunnel. So I'm kind of like hope for forgiveness or making amends. Because the boy's got issues. Am I right? Let's see. We have things didn't go the way that I planned. We have reveal. I want to tell you the truth. And shadow side, you made me realize my flaws. At the bottom of the deck, I have hope. I haven't given up on us yet. I didn't know I could make that sound come out of you.
You got close to the no-no zone.
The no-no zone.
Yeah.
Rising, that is what I have for you. I hope it resonates for you. It seems like it does. So these cards, it's this deck right here, the Message of Love Oracle deck. I actually got it off of Temu. Let me see if I have the link still, because if I do, I can post it here in the chat. Sometimes they have like things. Sometimes they have things for limited time only. So I'm going to just check and make sure they still have it. Yeah, I actually got my brother a tarot deck from there. I got him the Light Seers deck. And actually it has really good quality cards, and they're gilded on the sides. They're super nice. And I have like the OG Lightseer, so everyone knows the like OG Lightseers deck is very what am I trying to say? It's very like thick. It's like very, very thick card stock, almost like cardboard, almost like you're shuffling with cardboard. And this deck that I got him was more like this material, like I don't know, easier to shuffle, I guess. So I don't know if you can see in the camera, but it's gilded. It's like glitter, shiny. I don't know. It looks really nice. So I got him that deck. And at the same time, I got myself this deck and also the Magic of Romance Fairy Messages deck. All right, let's see. Yeah, definitely look on Temu for some good deals. I would say their decks range anywhere from like $5 to like $15. It's not too bad. Okay, so I'm gonna paste the link there for you. On my end, it says $13.98 right now. So, and it came like with a really good, it's like a pretty good quality box as well. It came with this box to keep it in. So, I mean, it's pretty good quality for the price. It doesn't come with a guidebook, but I think that's fine considering most of the cards are pretty self-explanatory and you don't always get guidebooks on Oracle. Did you get the Divine Love Message deck on Temu? I really connected with this deck, honestly, when I was looking at it online. And ever since I have been using it, I feel like a lot of people are saying like the cards really resonate for them. And I feel pretty connected to it, that I feel like the right messages are coming out. So I do like that. You know how you connect with certain decks more than other decks? Awesome. Yeah, I'm going to probably start looking at Temu more often for future decks. Because it's just like you can't really beat the price and the quality is really good. So there's the link if you want it. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and sign off now. You're welcome. Have a good night, everyone.